Spiritual life is a foundation of our university. In community, we help sharpen each other, just like iron sharpens iron, one man sharpens another. And that's what we want to be in this community at SWU. We want to grow together, and we want to become more like Christ together as well. It is definitely a community thing to put together all of the worship aspects of chapel. From chapel scanning to the platform to the speaker, you will see the entire spiritual life team involved in that space. Chapel itself is a space that we want to create for people to be able to bump into Jesus. So we want that to look a ton of different ways, because there's a ton of ways to worship. Chapel is that space where hopefully through the worship and through the teaching of the biblical word, that people might have an experience. Students would have a real experience with Jesus that not just bumps into their studies, but bumps into their entire lives.
So SWU has, through their global engagement, we have several engagement trips that happen each year. Also, Spiritual Life has discipleship groups, because we want our students, faculty, and staff engaged in small group times of focusing on what the Lord's speaking to them and stretching them in their relationship with God. There's the SWU Singers, which they travel and go around just sharing about the gospel, specifically though on military bases. There's several different ministries that students have actually created where they're leading it. There's Reach, and then there's Delight Ministries. Those are just opportunities for our campus to come together and for our students to lead as well.
We exist to provide a space where we can come as a community and engage in worship together as one. When we come together as one, the Spirit of the Lord is so concentrated there, and we were created to worship as humans, and so that's why we exist, to pour our hearts out to God.
That discipline of getting up and going to the chapel services, the different speakers that we have, especially I would say Spiritual Emphasis Week is the main time where I truly see a difference in how the ministers and the worship, the whole entire atmosphere, it truly transforms, and it truly just changes and motivates the students.
TWIG is our main mission and value statement. It's based off of John 15, where it says, I am the vine and you are the branches. So as long as we're connected to Christ, we can continue to grow. T equals together. We are better together. Christ wanted that. That's what he prayed for us about. W, worship. We are a worshipful community, and that doesn't just take place in the chapel building. We can learn when we worship and worship when we learn. At any moment, God can enter a space, no matter what we are doing, if we focus our hearts on him. I isn't about integrity. It is God's word for God's world. The world needs the integrity of what God says, and that is a huge value for us in spiritual life. Growth is all about this process, this beautiful process we are in with Christ, where he's continually transforming us back into his image, because we are fallen and we are broken. And through the community, through our worship, through the integrity of his word, we are continually growing in transformation.
People have been so great. That's always the main aspect of community, is people and just engaging. And through that, I've been able to see the Lord's presence and him really working through interactions and relationships with people.
Whether it's crafting a chapel service, mentoring a lifeguard, or sending students out to camps or summer ministry teams, and anything in between, whatever it is, we want Christ to show up in those extraordinary moments that happen from just his presence in the ordinary. When we say spiritual life at SWU, it's not just chapel. It's not just the deep conversation in class. It is everything that we do.